Yard work. In the constant stream of projects I have to work on, clearing our land is one of those things that's taken a back seat. I've been wanting to clear out all the brush from our property for several weeks now, but it seems like every time I get a free day, it starts raining.
We're gonna have rain out the wazoo. It's absolutely plumb wild out there.
It's gotten so bad that even my front yard looks like a jungle. The ticks have taken up residence at my doorstep, but there's an even bigger issue, slowly encroaching on my land. Poison ivy. Poison ivy and I have a complicated relationship. And by complicated, I mean it's trying to kill me. If I even look at poison ivy the wrong way, I get it. And I get it everywhere. If we're going to be able to enjoy our shade trees this summer, we're going to have to do something about all this brush. The question is, how hard will the poison ivy fight back? Well, it stopped raining. I think it's done for the day, even though it's been raining pretty much all this morning. So all the tall grass is still really wet. I don't think I'm going to be able to touch it today because it's just going to get all clumped up and destroy everything. But I am going to try to just mow the smaller section of my front yard right now. It's a lot thinner because I cut it a lot shorter last time. So I think I'm going to try to just crank up the riding mower and see if I can real quick at least mow that. And then I'll have to take care of everything else another day. It needs a little bit more. Well, the mower died. I think I'm just out of gas. So I guess that's gonna be it for today, because honestly it's dinner time and the sun is going down. That's really the hardest part about working a 9-to-5 and then trying to get projects done and trying to film them while I'm doing them. I know I say this in every video, but it's just, don't get much done. At least the ticks aren't trying to crawl through the front door anymore. So maybe in the next couple days, the grass will have dried out better and I'll be able to really get some work done. Still raining. It's been a solid 36 hours since it rained last, so I think it's now or never. I'm gonna try to mow all this grass, hopefully tonight. I've got several hours of light and I borrowed my parents' zero turn and I'm just gonna get trucking and see how far I can get. All right, that seems to be going fairly well. It's leaving a lot of little patches, but honestly, half of that's because of how fast I'm going, and it looks a lot better than it did, so I can live with that. All right, I'm I'm done one pass and got a snack drop off, so that's pretty neat. I will say now that I have cut a larger swatch, I think I am gonna do a second pass just to go ahead and make sure I get all the grass cut. Now, I have sort of intentionally been leaving this area uncut for a couple of reasons. I mean, for one, it's really nice because it sort of hides all of our stuff. You know, the tiny house is on the other side of this little hill, and so our gravel pile and our trash cans and the cars and everything are sort of hidden from view. I like that. The other thing is, it's kind of fun to just look outside of my office window and see the hay blowing in the wind. I've been affectionately referring to it as my amber waves of grain. But now that I've cut this section, I'm just like, man, it looks so good short. So I think I am still gonna leave this, but I'll probably cut it back a bit to give us a little bit more space and sort of reduce the size of the amber waves of grain. Next, I want to cut along the driveway. Well, I actually feel really good about how much I've been getting done. However, I do still have the main bulk of the land that I sort of saved for last here. So I'm just gonna set up a time lapse and see how much of it I can get done before I lose light. Well, the mower started acting up on me and the sun is getting low, so I'm just gonna call it for the night and get back after it tomorrow. Unfortunately, the mower last night started running really rough towards the end there. And I don't know that much about engines, but my best guess is that the jet is clogged. So I guess I'm gonna try to take the carburetor off and see if I can clear the jet and see if that's what it was. Just gonna check that the fuel filter isn't clogged or anything first. Uh-oh, it looks clean. It seems like it's running now, so I'm gonna try to mow. So yesterday I got a little less than halfway through the yard and I only did one pass, and as you can tell, it is really patchy. I'm definitely going to be doing 2 passes along here, so hopefully it doesn't take too long because it's just a wide open space and I can just get going. Never mind, the mower is still giving me trouble, but that's all right because in the meantime there's plenty of weed eating to do. I actually like some of the little trees that are along this fence line, but some of them are just out of control, like this. So I don't have the brush blade on the weed eater right now, so I'm just gonna use the old hand snips. So last night what was happening is that I got the mower running, but when I would engage the blade, it would just die. And so tonight I pulled all of the panels off and cleaned out all of the old wet grass and all the just gunk that had collected on the pulleys and everything. So the hope is that now there's enough power in the mower to spin the blade and cut my grass. And if that doesn't work, I'm gonna sell this land and move back into town. You aren't gonna believe this, but the tire's completely off the rim, so it won't take air. So I'm gonna try an old trick of the trade, something we used to do. What am I saying? I saw this on YouTube. I think it's working. Woo. I'm tired of this. It's time for a real mower. These little saplings pop up all the time. And last year when I mowed, I left a few of them alone and didn't cut them down just for fun, to be able to sort of watch them grow and see if any of them turn into good shade or privacy trees. So I did the same this time. I tried to find the ones that are from last year that are a little bit older, and I'm leaving them be. I'm gonna cut the rest. And it'll just be kind of fun over the next little bit to see if they can take off and gain some height, or if ultimately I just end up killing them. So the edge of my property runs from this T-post down the tree line. So basically all the tree trunks are mine, and the branches kind of hang out over into my brother's property. So I'm gonna bring the mower over here and see how straight of a line I can run and sort of define where that property line is. Well, last night I almost got all of it done. There's still this little swatch here in our amphitheater is what we call it. So I need to do that, and then I need to do basically everything a second time. Finally, pass one is done. That was a lot. The second pass should go a lot more quickly because I don't have to go slow to just let it process all the tall grass. So I should be able to just zip back and forth and clean it up. Well, the mower started beeping at me because it was getting hot, so I stopped. But I got a lot done. So I think with as much of a struggle as this has been, I need to just call it a win before I hurt something and refill this mower and return it. All right, story time. So last night I went to the gas station and got diesel to fill up my brother's lawnmower when I was done using it. And as I was driving it back to his place, the front tire pulled off of the rim. I guess it was low, the PSI was low. It pulled off the rim and kind of ripped as it came off. So, and he needs his lawnmower today because they're having a bunch of guests over and he needs to mow. So we were looking online for those tires and they aren't sold anywhere locally. So we were looking at tires that are local, and they have some, but they have, you know, these sort of heavy duty knobs on them. And so that means that I need to replace both front tires so they match. So it's just one thing after another with these mowers. I really thought that the struggle of this video was gonna be battling with the poison ivy. But man, these mowers are killing me. It's taken me this long to just kind of admit that my land is not a job for a lawnmower. It's not even a job for an industrial sized heavy duty killer lawnmower. This is why they make tractors. So I'm spending this morning fixing my brother's lawnmower. Do you know how long I thought it would take me to mow my lawn? I thought it would take about 2 days. Do you know how many weeks I've been working on this? This is like week 2. So, it all seems lovely and beautiful in the time lapse. I gotta tell you, this ain't it. Yay! Well, I just ran out of string for the weed eater. So perfect timing, because that's everything along the fence line. So calling the yard done, and it is time to move on to the real project, and that is all the brush in those trees. So I've mentioned before that my favorite part of our land is this cove of trees that we have. And I'm really excited to be able to enjoy this summer sort of hiding from the sun in the shade here. We'll be able to hang hammocks and have picnics and everything else. So my goal is to clear it from all the fallen branches and the brush and the brambles, but most of all, the poison ivy. And I mean, there's poison ivy everywhere. Now I know I could just run over it with a mower or a weed eater and call it a day. The problem is it's just gonna come right back. And I really don't want to spray any heavy chemicals on it that's gonna either kill the rest of my grass or kill me because of breathing it in. So I've been doing a little bit of research online, and from what I found, the best thing to do is literally just grab it and rip it out. So that's the plan. Protected. That got to be a bit much. There are loads and loads of these blackberry bushes, and I kind of want to keep some of them because obviously blackberries, but they're out of control. You can't even get to them to be able to pick the berries. So I'm going to try to significantly reduce the size of these patches. Wow, it is so much thicker than it looks. I'm wanting to cut rows through it so that everything that is left can be reached to pick berries. It's so thick though. I'm dying. I think I'm gonna go get some water, cool down in the AC, and do some more later. I hit a turtle with the brush blade. Well, last night I stopped the weed eater and went to start it again and snapped the pull cord. So I'm on my way into town this morning. If it ain't one thing, it's another. Well, thankfully Ace fixed my weed eater and it was covered in the warranty, so it was free. And they did it in like 2 hours, so we're back at it. Well, I have made some real progress. This place is like usable now, which is really exciting. And this is where I want to be sort of our main spot where we hang out, where we can put a picnic table and chill. So I'm gonna spend a bunch of time really trying to clear this whole thing out, making it a nice hangout spot. All right, well, it is significantly more cleared out than it was. You can actually walk through here, get around, so making progress. You know, I had really planned to just pull out all the poison ivy, but there's so much of it that it's literally impossible. Instead, I'm just pulling out the most egregious stuff and then cutting down the rest. And hopefully over a few years of mowing, the poison ivy won't be able to grow anymore. But who knows? Well, after several weeks of really hard work, a lot of sweat, a couple tears, I'm finally done clearing the land. Just in time to have to get back on the mower and do it again. Even though it was a bigger project than I anticipated, I'm really glad I did it, and I think it makes the land look really nice. Hopefully, if I stay on top of things and don't let it get out of control, I'll be able to keep things mowed down and it won't take quite so long in the future. If you guys have any tips on what I can do to manage the ticks and the poison ivy, please let me know in the comments, because they really are getting out of control. This video ended up being a lot longer than I anticipated, but if you enjoyed it, please leave a like and subscribe. It would really, really help me out. But other than that, until next time, thanks for watching.